changing locations and shit. Man, get into this motherfucking bag. Stand on the way, I made. Sacrificing time for this shit. Man, I got a plan. Tried to tell niggas years ago, they ain't understand. Riding by myself in this coupe, I'm all in my head. Everything in life you can't replace, I build relationships. Pretty little smile make a nigga wanna lock it in. We met the same time I lost a friend, we should try again. You been on my mind, you should hop in. I ain't gon' hurt you, baby girl, you know we locked in. Used to be on FaceTime calls on the regular. Never made time, landed on my busy schedule. Now every time I hit the bay, you know I think of you. Working on your brand, love, you know that I.
And we are live. What's good with y'all, man? It's your boy, Hennythemoor, reporting straight from the liquor store, man. And to my right, we have the all-star ligament dealer of the year, LandLord from Alabama. Nobody has sold more kneecaps and, tendons than LandLord has, man, this past fiscal year, man. So shout out to my bro, man.
I'm talking about big ligaments, miscellaneous muscles. That's what we got going on over here, man. Salute to y'all, though, man. What's going on, Cowboy Nation? We in the building.
Man, listen, it'd be funny as hell. LandLord really over there doing all the evil stuff I say that he do.
Miscellaneous muscles is crazy.
like how you just got a bicep just laying around, dog?
You already know.
But yo, man, we're here to talk, offensive football. Like LandLord is a wide receiver. I love offensive play calling and concepts and stuff, so that's my wheelhouse. And we do have a clear advantage on paper. Listen, if you just looked at stuff on paper, you wouldn't have to play the game. So I'm going to just pretext all of that with this. So, we just talk about theory and matchups and numbers and stuff, right? The game still got to get played in between, the 20s, right? It still got to get played. But we just talking about what we talking about right now. So, as it stands, one of the best offenses in the league, the Dallas Cowboys, because we averaging 30. I know it don't feel like it, but the Dallas Cowboys offense is doing pretty damn good. Averaging 30 points per game, 392.5 yards per game. And the Bears, not so much. Their defense is not doing great, man. They've been getting pecked on these last two outings. And I know 52 points does a lot to, sort of inflate those numbers because they gave up 52 points in one game. But, they're averaging damn near 40 points allowed. They're averaging 39.5 points per game allowed and 387 yards per game. Because remember, they still gave up almost 30 to the Minnesota Vikings. They gave up 27 to them. And they had a rookie quarterback that looked a little awful when they played against the Falcons just the very next week.
Facts.
So, on paper, the Dallas Cowboys should have the clear advantage on offense. We're here to talk about that a little bit today, man. So,
absolutely.
Let's go ahead and down the rabbit hole. Real quick before I get off this slide, I'm not a colonizer. When I take people's stuff, I let them know where it came from. This is a slide from Ferg season on Twitter. So, shout out to them.
Make sure y'all go support him.
Yeah, shout out to them. Make sure y'all give them a follow, a like. They do good fan content over there, man. So if you like, this kind of stuff like this, tap in with them.
We need to manifest that too. I hope it is Ferg season. I hope your name is true, sir. Because he hooped last game, though. He looked like a good old Ferg last game. I ain't gonna hold you.
He had a very good day in the office, man. He led us in targets, which was sort of strange. I didn't think that was going to happen. But he had 78 yards on the day. So salute to Ferg, dog. He had a very good. So the Dallas Cowboys, and this is from DLS Cowboys. If y'all know the program, y'all make sure y'all check out their content as well. But as they stated, Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb have toasted cover one since Lamb has entered the league. Bears defensive coordinator Dennis Allen has deployed cover one more than any other coverage this season as Saints head coach from 2022 to 2024 in his last two matchups against Dak Prescott. And for folks that don't know what cover one is, it's a man coverage. They're going to be somebody with a single high safety, and they're going to be possibly a robber. Now, You can play cover one robber where you have an extra person playing a hook zone in the middle of the field to try and rob or steal passes. He can go and double team somebody, or he can try and jump routes. Or
Usually a linebacker, right?
you could be a linebacker or a safety. You could
Or
bring a
safety.
safety.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be a safety, and they can drop down from their safety position and play the hook. Like you could show cover two, and then instead of him playing a half of the field, he can drop down and play a hook zone in the middle. Or like you said, it could be a linebacker. It could be one of the guys in the middle of the field. Instead of having man responsibilities, they're playing a zone right there to give a little bit of help in coverage. It can also be an extra rusher. You can blitz out of cover one instead of having an extra person in the hook. You can have an extra person on the rush, and it'd be a five-man pressure with a single high safety look, and everybody else is playing man. So it's really just dependent on how they want to play it.
Yeah. That
But
that sound like it's all about that chess move. And I just we that's what one of the things we missing with Eberflus, man. We just want him to do some things like that. But go ahead.
nah, you are correct because Eberflus doesn't play many different coverages or things like that. Because if you just take a look at this real quick, this is what everybody is in for the season. It might be a little too small if I do it like that, so I can blow it up.
Yeah.
So if you just take a look, you know, at um at teams around the league, the Dallas Cowboys is the only ones on this list who ain't got no, and we at the bottom. We ain't got no snaps of man coverage. We have played 0 snaps of cover zero, which is an all-out blitz. It's a man coverage still. We have played 0 snaps of cover one, and we have played 0 snaps of cover two man, aka cover five. So we have
Mm,
played 100% snaps of zone defense.
that's
So
insane, man.
it is insane when you think about it. Conversely, since we're talking about the Bears defense and what they do, let me see what if I can find them on this chart and what
It
they're.
is early though. It is just 2 games, but
But
good grief.
and that is an outlier. If there's 32 teams in the National Football League and 31 of them that played at least one or two snaps a man, and you're the only one that ain't did it, that's jarring when you look at shit like that.
Mm.
It's jarring.
And look, we
'Cause
right up by the Dolphins, and they been getting their head blew out.
yeah, and listen, the Dolphins are actually calling up pressure. They it looks like they are one of the teams that use. Oh shit, no, the Chiefs. The Chiefs are the team that use cover zero the most. They bring all out blitz 20% of the time. But
That's crazy.
like yeah,
Look,
like
Spags don't play.
yeah. Let think about it. One in every 5 defensive plays, the all out blitz, he going crazy.
Spags is a madman. He don't care about nothing.
Don't care about shit.
I
Let's
love
see.
it.
Let's see if we can find the Bears on here. What their snap counts and shit looking
They
like.
right above us.
Oh shit. Okay, so let's see. They don't call zero blitz
Too
much
much,
at all.
man.
2%, 17%. They're even crazy because most teams. I know folks may not know this. Most teams do not actually play cover two man in the NFL at the NFL level because it's very easy to beat. It looked like they called cover two man more than any other team in the National Football League because they says
They
9%
did.
right there. I don't see nobody else over. Like I see somebody else at 8. Yeah, so far they've played more cover two than anybody in the National Football League as well. Not at a high percent because it's a very soft coverage. But yeah, that shit is crazy. But in turn, let's see. They play cover two 26% of the time. They play cover 3 21% of the time. They play cover 4 17% of the time. And I'll have to move it over here. All right, then they play cover 6, which is a combo coverage about 6% of the time. So they do use a lot of man coverage when they play against Dak Prescott from what they were talking about. Cause I guess it's a tendency. I guess it's a tendency switch or something like
I was
that.
just about to say a lot of people like to break sentences on Dak because they know that Dak will destroy you if you come doing some stuff that you normally do. You got to switch it up on Dak. So hopefully we be aware of that and we already anticipating them to do some different things because that's just normal stuff when it comes to people playing Dak. They know better. Like
Indeed.
Like we should have knew better last week. You know what I'm saying? Just doing the same things against a veteran, a legendary veteran quarterback, you will get smoked. And that's what they know about Dak. Like, regardless of what people say about him, the defenses respect the hell out of Dak Prescott.
They do. Like I think everybody that talks about Dak Prescott talks about how he processes the game, what he does pre-snap, his poise in the pocket, how he maneuvers and delivers the football accurately. Only people that talk crazy about Dak Prescott are people that eat shit. Well, no, that's neither here nor
Absolutely.
there. But to be fair to Dennis Allen, even though Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb are gangsters against cover one, what I'm saying, they're superb against cover one. They Dak and them did not fare well against his cover one looks the last time that they played them. You know what I'm saying? So like week 13 in 2021, and he happened to be the head coach of the Saints. It didn't go too well. You know what I'm saying? Like 29.5% of the time they played cover one. Dak didn't have a great game. We won that game. He had a couple
Who
touchdown
was
passes.
who was our wide receiver two at that point?
We had everybody. Amari Cooper. Matter of fact, the reason I remember this
Was they
game,
healthy?
yes, it was like Amari Cooper first game back from his COVID shit. CeeDee
Okay.
Lamb was healthy, and Michael Gallup played. So like they did decent. Again, we won the game in like a blowout, but it
We
was
used to play the Saints all the time. Them games used to be lit too.
every time. And then
Especially going to New Orleans. Going to New Orleans used to be lit.
hell yeah. I remember we played them in the Superdome one year, and like I forget who it was. I think it was Tony. I think it was Tony in there hooping. But yeah, man, to that point, it wasn't great. Like 25 attempts, only 9 completions, and this was over the last 2 times. 116 yards, a 36% completion percentage, and 0 touchdowns and 2 picks. So Dennis Allen has had success against Dak Prescott, when other teams have not. Because this is what Dak and CD normally do. This is what they normally do against cover one. So since 2020, Dak and CD got the second most yards against cover one. In 2020 is when CeeDee Lamb got into the league. So
True.
they got 1,499 yards against cover one. This is the second most. 10.6 yards an attempt, the fourth most. 11 passing touchdowns, the second most. 71 first downs, the third most. And
Good Lord.
they got a sad face because he did throw 4 interceptions. But shit happens. You know what I'm saying? Shit happens. 2 of them came against Dennis Allen, by the way.
Wow.
But
So Dak probably ready to get at him.
yeah, I'm gonna say, but there's a caveat to everything. I don't just toss numbers around, because in Christianity they say faith without work is dead. Well, stats without film work and context is also dead. So I don't ever just
Facts.
throw metrics out without actually talking about matchups and shit. Because one thing that's going to be different, right? Because they pointed it out, like yes, Dak was less successful against Dennis Allison's defenses when they ran cover one. But they ain't have to play George Pickens. Cause
Facts. Not CD and George Pickens.
not CD and George Pickens. And remember, we played Dennis Allen and the Saints last year, and we lost that game. But for context, CeeDee Lamb was by himself. It wasn't CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens. So that's going to be the caveat. And if we just talk about matchup football, there's a laundry list of folks over there that's hurt right now for the Bears that probably are not going to play.
Yikes.
And these are good players. T.J. Edwards, Kyle Gordon, Grady Jarrett, Jalen Johnson, Jalen Jones. Right? Those are guys that did not play. Or practice, I should say. This is the practice, the injury report for practice. So, dog, that's 3 cornerbacks that might not play. Because Jalen Johnson's already been ruled out. He got an injury. He got a severe injury. He's out indefinitely. Jalen Johnson is their best corner. He's an all-pro. I think I touched on this a little bit earlier. He's an all-pro corner. One of the better coverage guys in the National Football League. He's gone.
What school he went to?
Jalen Johnson. What school did
Yeah,
Jalen go to? Let's see.
he kind of. I don't know how. I don't know about him. I'm lost. I'm lost on that one. To be honest, I'm gonna have to do
Let-
my research on him.
It's all good. Let me find out where he went to. Cause I am curious myself.
He snuck by me.
He just got paid good money too, not too long ago. He's also one of the highest paid corners in the National Football League.
He been over there buried in Chicago under some snow or something.
Utah. He played at Utah.
That's why we don't know him.
He
Okay.
was the 50th overall pick. He was a second round pick in 2020. He has 2 Pro Bowl selections. He was a second team All Pro in 2023.
Damn. Good job, young man. I
Damn
wish
good
we could
job.
have let CD cook him.
Yeah, he's dope. You know what I'm saying? I like him. Really, Chicago got some very good players over there, man. They got some real good players over there. But it just has not panned out up to this point. You know what I'm saying? Like, matter of fact, I think they spent over $120 million on that defense in the offseason. And
Good Lord.
they're the worst scoring defense in the league right now. It's only 2 games in, and they do have injuries and shit. But that's not no shit that you want on
That's
your
not
resume.
ideal.
Nah, it's not.
Yeah.
So man, if this were to happen, let's say all these corners, because we know for a fact that Jalen Johnson won't be there. Kyler Gordon is also a very good corner. Do you remember Kyler Gordon?
Not really.
All right, I'm gonna give you a little background on Kyler Gordon too. All right, so Kyler Gordon, 5'11", 200-pound nickelback. He played at Washington. He got drafted in 2021, and he was also a second round pick, 39th overall pick. Ran a 4.52, and he's considered one of the better slot corners in the National Football League. He
That's
might
what's up.
now technically, I know that we talked real good about Jalen Johnson. Technically, he would have been CeeDee Lamb's matchup. He might not be able to play. He's also very well paid. He signed a 3-year, $40 million contract extension this offseason. So he's also a well-enumerated cornerback. He might not be able to go out there. So from what they were saying, the Bears might be down to 4 healthy corners by the time that we play them. If these guys can't go, you're going to see Dallas Cowboy legend, Nashawn Wright out there trying to check CeeDee Lamb or George Pickens.
Nashawn pick 6 right. He told me to shut up for week 1.
Boy, he told all of us to shut the fuck up.
He said, "We heard you, man. I got something for you." Pick 6
Man.
that mug.
Right, and they still lost that game, which is crazy. Because the defense gave you a pick 6, but they still gave up 27 points. They gave up like 2 fourth-quarter touchdown passes to a quarterback in his first start. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit don't happen. And ain't supposed to happen anyway.
But given that you just said that they're going to have some injuries in their secondary, it should be a nice day for Mr. Sedarian and George. You know what I'm saying? They should be able to cook. And especially if Shotty run the same type of schemes that he was running against the Giants, we should be okay. Far as they pass rush go, I'm gonna have to check out their pass rush too. I'm still doing my film sessions on them, so I'm gonna dive deeper into it. But I do want to see how we match up far as they pass rush go, and we should have a good day at the office though, from what I heard. So I'm gonna have to check them out a little more.
Pass rush ain't worth a damn if you want to know. Because I got graphs and metrics and all kinds of shit, man. I can't prepare today.
Okay,
So,
put me on then. Put me on.
All right. So this at the bottom is the pass rush grade, and on the side is the coverage grades. So if you are very good at pass rush, you're gonna be at the right side. If you're very good at coverage, you're gonna be at the top. You know what I'm saying? The Dallas Cowboys defense, for comparison, pass rush grade was not great. Coverage grade was not great. Both are like the pass rush grade is like a 65, look like a 66, some shit like that, and then the coverage grade is in the 50s. For them, their pass rush grade is in the 60s. Their coverage grade it's in the 20s.
Mm.
So it's a nice shiny graph. It doesn't actually affect football games. It just charts what you did. You know what I'm saying? Like there's factors that make these outcomes, differ from a game to game basis. Who plays, coverages, the opponent. You know what I'm saying? It's not like it's set in stone. But we just talking about what they did the first 2 weeks of the season. It ain't been great. Like I said,
Don't look too great, yeah.
you gave up 27 points to Minnesota. Minnesota could have only scored like 6 against the Atlanta Falcons. You know what I'm saying? You gave up 52 against the Lions, and the Lions looked it awful against the Packers. You know what I'm saying? So, like,
They did.
their defense has not been up to snub, especially I keep talking about what they invested. Josh Sweat, I did how you say the boy name, because it's one of the Sweats over there. No, it's Montez Sweat. Montez
Is
Sweat
that
is
the
over
one that
there.
was the former Eagle?
That's the one that's a former commander. Montez Sweat.
Oh, okay.
The former Eagle is actually having a good season. He's with the Arizona Cardinals.
Are they any kin of each other?
No, they're not.
That's crazy.
That is crazy. You know what I'm saying? What's even crazier. This is our subject, and I promise we'll get right back. On topic. Do you remember this special return man that used to play for the Bears?
Devin Hester.
Do you know there's a Devin Hester Jr. and them motherfuckers is not related? His dad
You wouldn't even ask the question. You'd have been like, oh, that's his son. You wouldn't even thought about it again.
At all. But he is Devin Hester.
And he a returner too?
He's a wide receiver. I think he does like returns and he does.
I was about to say, bro, he can't be a returner too, and that's his specialty, and that ain't his son, man. Get out of here. He got an illegitimate son he don't want to claim. But go ahead.
His daddy is Devin Hester. You know what I'm saying? But he's not the same Devin Hester, so it's funny. You know what I'm saying?
That's like, crazy work right there.
They ran out of names.
yeah. They just had to deal with what they had. They had to work with what they got. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but speaking of Montez Sweat, I brought him up because they're not happy with the boy over there. He only has 5.5 sacks in the last 19 games.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? And they paid him all kinds of money.
Yikes.
Matter of fact, let me pull it up. I'm not no pocket watcher or no shit like that. But
we don't want him to get off on us, though.
Hell nah.
You know people get superpowers. It's like the evil devils just award all the Cowboy haters superpowers when they play us.
All right, so here it goes. So Montez Sweat has 5.5 sacks over his last 19 games with Chicago. He's earning $25 million this year, making him the 11th highest paid edge rusher in the NFL, and he's like bottom 30 when you think about sack production.
Mm.
So
y'all better not say nothing about Dakota, because guess what? He the highest paid starting this year. This the year when the contract kick in, and he's been looking like it after these first 2 games. I just hope he keep it up, because he's been looking worth that money. I believe he is anyway, but it's still a lot of narratives that he got to prove and barriers he got to break.
Yeah. So, but I do believe the Dallas Cowboys, when you look at our personnel, and we're for the most part healthy on the offensive side of the ball. Now I know that we'll be without Cooper Beebe. That's gonna be a blow. I'm not gonna sit here and act like it's not. But we do got Brock Hoffman. Brock Hoffman did get 7 starts last year. It did help his development. It helped his confidence. We played in that overtime and everything else with Brock Hoffman as the starting center. And we were able to move the ball. We scored. We did the shit that we needed to do in those scenarios. And then we still are expected to have Devontae Turpin. They were saying his neck injury wasn't severe. He's not expected to miss this game or miss any time. CeeDee Lamb is fully healthy. George Pickens fully healthy. Jake Ferguson. So the litany of offensive weapons that we have is still at our full disposal against an undermanned Chicago Bears secondary. They got a good safety. Brissett, how you say the boy name? He also wears number 4. He's a good safety, but I don't know if he can match up in coverage with any of our guys if necessary. You know what I'm saying?
I
They
don't
try to
think
get
no
cute.
one can.
No,
I don't
cause
think nobody can.
them
Honest
some,
to God.
I swear. And
You
listen,
heard them boys on there say, "We the best duo in the league." You better, hey, stamp that, pin that. I feel like that's for real.
I do
We just
too.
gotta show it. We just gotta show it.
Now I need to go take a close look at their secondary because I know who's not playing. Well, I do want to find out who is playing for the Bears secondary. All right, so let's
True.
see.
We already know Nation gonna be out there.
Yeah, Nation should be out there trying to hold CD Lamb, and we know how all those
Hilarious.
training camp footage and everything else looks. So but let me see. I
CD
thought I
probably
saw
gonna be
this.
real disrespectful if Nation walk up in front of him. That's gonna be hilarious.
They're like, hey, everybody else off the field. Like what?
Self check, self check. Then CD gonna be like, self check. Hey, watch this. You
Boy,
ain't
them
got
niggas.
no help.
Oh man, I got to find it, man.
Then he probably walk to the line and then get the name and food. Barbecue chicken,
Oof.
lemon pepper, wings. He's just gonna be naming all kind of foods like you finna get ate, boy.
Boy, I'm finna murder that boy.
Looking like
Okay.
an easy dinner.
All right. So, also, when opposing quarterbacks, because one of the cornerbacks that's going to play is Tyreek Stevenson. Opposing quarterbacks have a 158.3 passer rating when targeting Bears cornerback Tyreek Stevenson, the
That's
highest
that
in the
dude that
NFL.
played basketball, man. That's the thing. He's a basketball player. That ain't
No,
no football player.
no, he plays football. He might need to play basketball because you cannot give up a higher passer rating than a 158.3. I think we had
It's
this
a
conversation.
basketball player that signed that name is super close to that. Or it
Man,
might be I might be fusing two of them
you're
together. I ain't
fusing
gonna
two
tell.
of them because it was Tyreek Evans who won Rookie of the Year, and
And
then it's
then
Lance Stevenson.
yeah, Lance Stevenson. True. But hey, it still rings true that he got a basketball ass name though.
I mean, he got basketball ass coverage. Like
That's crazy.
them niggas out there dunking on his.
I was just about to say finna get dunked though.
they out here hitting windmills, 360s. They do what they
Hit
want.
top. Hit
So
top.
So yeah, but I think this was a good start to our research, man. We'll add more. We'll do some film work, but I just wanted to lay this out to y'all and let y'all know this. And listen, I'm not out the I'm not in the honeymoon phase with with what's the nigga
Loose.
name? No, not Floose. I'm talking about Shotty. Yeah,
Oh,
I'm not in the honeymoon phase with Shotty. Because I tell you what, there's a certain standard and a certain expectation to offensive football. When you are playing an undermatched defense, I expect you to also score 40 points. You
whoop
played a
that ass.
you played a better defense last week because if the Giants don't have anything else, they have a great front seven. You got supposed to be a generational prospect in Abdul Carter. You got Dexter Lawrence, who's one of the best defensive tackles in the National Football League. Brian Burns is a certified, stamped pass rusher. So is Kayvon Thibodeau, who once had 11 and a half sack season. The linebacker Bobby Akurie, how you say the young man's name, is leading the league in tackles. So they got a great front seven, and they still had decent guys in the secondary. You know what I'm saying? Like you still had the boy that they got from the Saints. You know what I'm saying? They still were a little bit better than what they're gonna be throwing out there. So my expectations for you to still go out there and score at least 30 points. You're probably gonna need it with how your defense played, because I still don't know what Fluke's gonna give me, and that's a whole separate video when we talk about their offense against our defense. You know what I'm saying? It's an
True.
entire different video. We'll get into that shit at that point.
Yeah, I'm finna dive into the film now. Like I'm finna get on it now. I'm finna start all my stuff. I already took a peek at a few things, but I ain't got to where I want to be at yet. So I'm finna go deep into it now.
Yes, indeed, man. But yeah, but that's just my thing. The offense got to show up. This defense is really food. It's been food the first two games of the year. They're giving up like 39.5 points. You might round that shit up, say 40. They're averaging 40 allowed. So
Mm.
the expectation, man, if a quarterback in his first start can lead his offense to 27 points, Dak Prescott, George Pickens, CD Lamb should be able to lead this team to 35. You should at least be a touchdown better, than what you're allowing at this point. You should at least be a
Then if you
touchdown
think
better.
about it, Ben Johnson got embarrassed by his old squad last week. I feel like they're gonna be on a mission this week. Like we're gonna be playing a desperate football team. So we just gotta match that desperation and that energy and beat the hell out of them. We need to take their soul early. You know what I'm saying? Don't let that crowd get going out there in Soldier Field. Don't let them get the rocket. Don't let them start believing. We need to hit them in the mouth early. I want us to receive the ball. You know, I
Mm-hmm.
don't know how people feel about that. I want us to receive the ball, go out there and go up 7, and then play defense. But
Yeah.
yeah, I feel like we can go up in here and dominate this game if we do what we supposed to do or we look like who we been in the past 2 games. I'm very confident in my offense for sure. Defense, that's another story for another day. We ain't even gonna acknowledge them right now. We talking about the offense, and I got an MVP candidate at quarterback. I got special, one of the best wide receivers in football, and CD Lamb. I got another one of the best wide receivers in football, and George Pickens. I got a former Pro Bowler tight end. I got a special spark plug of a wide receiver in Cavante Turpin. I got a bowling ball, a battering ram, and a running back in Javante Williams. Like we got a lot of weapons that we could deploy on this team, and I'm like you. I don't expect no less. I expect us to be very, very successful against this defense.
You know what? I'm glad you mentioned Devontae Williams because he might actually play a key part in this game too. Because there might be a chance of rain in the forecast as well, which I'm
Mm,
not concerned about because we see we can run the football now, right? Like
yeah,
I don't know if I
you
don't
might
know.
have to take your score points down a little bit though. Then
Nah,
if it's raining the whole game.
we still gonna drop 30 because they can't stop the run. I trust our ability to stop the run more than I trust their ability to stop the run. Cause
That's fair.
they haven't stopped the run just yet. You know what I'm saying? So let me pull up their run statistics so we can just break that down before we depart. Because I don't want to just seem like I'm narrow-minded and I'm not looking at the full picture. Because your ability to run the football, especially on the road, if the weather is inclement like it might be, that is very important. So we're gonna take a look at their run defense before we get out of here.
So let's do it.
Let's see, NFL defenses rankings. And listen, y'all. If y'all appreciate content like this, there are cash apps up here. Like this video is monetized. Y'all can leave super chats. Y'all can leave cash apps. Anything that y'all seeing goes a long way in helping us continue to make content. You know what I'm
For
saying? I'm
$15. Well,
15.
$10.
Nah, we
Or
we gonna open.
15 or
We go
20. You
or
know, we
20.
don't go down, we go up.
We go up.
$20. You know what I'm saying? Now, what I say, $40. You can support you can support 2 content creators. 2 of them, not 1 but 2.
Facts.
And you can help them make content for the rest of the week. We
Yes,
appreciate you.
yes, indeed. Because God is amazing. All right, rush yards allowed.
Absolutely.
Rush yards allowed. Let's look. Okay, so yeah, they down there with us. But
Mm.
remember, we play Jalen Hurts. We have not yet.
Running man.
We have not yet allowed a running back to go for 100 yards. You know what I'm
And
saying?
we played Saquon Barkley week 1.
Yeah, we held Saquon Barkley to 60 yards. I think the leading running back for the Giants only had like 40. So in terms of us stopping the run against the running backs, we've been fine. It's the rushing yards to the quarterbacks, that was the issue. And even this last game, Russ only had like one, run, late in the game, trying to survive. So 32, 31, 30. 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22. They're the 21st ranked run defense in the National Football League.
Mm.
So they're not great at stopping the run. They're not great at anything right now. And listen,
So we should not be. That's how the Giants was. So hey, still respect your opponent, but we should go in here. We should get us a blowout win. Try to put together a complete game plan, and we go out here and execute and dominate this team. We should go out here, even in a rough environment in Soldier Field. We should go out there and dominate this team.
I'll say this: I don't know if it will be a blowout because the other side of the ball, because our defense has to touch the field. But we def
Unfortunately,
unfortunately, but we should definitely be able to score points. And then when you talk about run defense, their their best linebacker, in my opinion, is T.J. Edwards, and he may not play. And if he does play, he had a hamstring injury. Was this a hamstring? Let me look and see what they said this injury was for this boy. Yeah,
you
hamstring.
reminded me of Tupac when he was like, "What this nigga got sickle cell or something?" What he said? He was talking about Prodigy or somebody from All Deep, one of them dudes.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Prodigy and Pop though.
R.I.P. to both of them, man. Bald head niggas was lit.
Yeah, they was going crazy back then.
Yeah. But yeah, he got a hamstring, so he probably not gonna play. I think Kyler Gordon missed the last game as well, and we know that Jalen Johnson's not gonna play. Hamstring's hard to play through. Like anybody
They
that
are.
listed, that's listed with a did not play for a hamstring, they probably ain't gonna play. They ain't trying to end up like
You
that.
right about that.
Yeah, if it like you limited, you coming back from a hamstring, you might make it. You know what I'm saying? But shit,
You ain't trying to have to call landlord. You know what I'm saying? Them
yeah,
things falling off the bone and shit. You
fall out the
don't need
bone is
that.
crazy.
Like Dex fell off the bone. It was crazy. So
So
yeah, you might want to sit out, young man.
So speaking of offensive football, and I promise we'll get off the show in just a second. I promise y'all. We're not gonna we ain't here for a long time. We're here for a good time.
We ain't
But
gonna hold y'all hostage for much longer.
but this is for comparison. When Dak Prescott had his MVP caliber season, he started 2023 44 of 62 for 398 yards and 2 touchdowns, no turnovers. He started this year 59 of 86, 549 yards, 2 touchdowns, and an interception.
Mm.
So he's on. If he keep hooping, he might be on pace to have an even better season than the 2023 year.
That'll be ridiculous.
And
And
listen,
I
he
expect
might.
nothing less with the weapons we got.
That's my main point. Like Brandon Cooks, he was what he was at that point of his career. He was serviceable, but I don't think he was like a true top tier wide receiver number 2.
Nah, he
George
wasn't.
George Pickens is respected around the league. He is one of the best wide receiver 2s in the league right now at this moment.
Facts.
I put him up there with any other wide receiver 2 around the league. And it
And
ain't.
I put him up against any corner and feel good.
Yeah, I don't think we're at a disadvantage. You know what I'm saying? I don't think
Cause
we're at a
even if you
disadvantage.
tall enough, you probably ain't got the ball skills to mess with him. If you got the ball skills, you probably ain't tall enough. You know what I'm saying? Like
Might not be
he
fast
he's
enough.
he he's a matchup problem, bro. He really is. He got a lot going for himself. I just hope he keep it up and keep building this chemistry. Like I said, I love the way he brought that energy to this team on that sound from the sideline. Like no lie, ask him how lit I was when I called him. I was like, bro, have you seen that? Like I was
Yeah,
ready to
yeah.
go play. Like for real. Like to me, it shined through on that sounds for the sideline. He had me lit. But that's just bodes well for us in the future and the camaraderie and the love they got for each other on this team, man. You can't do nothing but play hard and bleed when it's your brother for real on the side of you. Like that's your real brother. Oh, you finna go hard for him. So and they all love Shotty. They finna go hard for him. So you shouldn't see nobody lacking.
At all. But man, I think it was great content, bro. We gave them boys
Absolutely.
we gave them about 40 minutes of some good football talk. We'll do some film work, and we'll do the same thing. We'll do the same kind of video for the other side of the ball. You know what I'm saying? So we'll do the same exact video. We'll get some statistics and some, personnel knowledge about their offense and our defense and things along those lines. And we'll rock out like that, man. So you got any
Let's
final
do it.
thoughts before we get out of here, brother?
Man, not much, man. Like I said, I'm gonna deep dive into Chicago film on both sides of the ball. I'm gonna look at Caleb Williams and his tendencies, and I'm gonna report back to y'all probably very, very soon. Knowing those, probably in the morning. So y'all stay tuned.
Yes,
Whatever
indeed, man.
morning it is, you never know.
You never know. So, hey, man, thank y'all for everything. We appreciate the love. Please hit that like button. Please, because this is going to be like a pre-recorded show. So, please hit the hype button. I think you should be able to hype this video when you see it. You know what I'm saying? So, please hit the hype button. Please hit the like button. Please hit the share. Hey, listen, we do got memberships. All the film studies we're going to do, we're going to end up over there for the members, man. You know, I'm trying to get y'all time to get y'all memberships together, but we finna start dropping content because we gotta feed the streets. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
We gotta feed the streets. So get you a membership. You know, if you want to help keep the lights on in the trap in the liquor store, hit those cash apps. And in the words of West Coast Cowboy, man, never look down because the style is up. Peace.
Peace.